Motion's coming on, keep your eyes closed. You're at 1.6 G, open your eyes.
Okay, Paul, it's Ollie speaking. So remember to keep your head still, even when you're responding in the affirmative and the negative. We'll set up for your first event, which is going to be your grey out demo. I'll speak to you again when we have.
Okay.
Okay, Paul, so this is going to be your grey out demo at 3.8 G for 15 seconds. It's the only time this afternoon. I'm going to ask you to remain relaxed in your chest and legs from the outset of the G, and then when you start to experience any light loss, which might be tunnel vision, loss of colour saturation, or even that moving starlight pattern, any one of those would be a cue to start muscle tensing. You might remember that John didn't experience any visual loss the first time, so we got him to do a little trick for us. We'll see if it works for you if you don't get any grey out symptoms on this first run. Okay, so any questions for me?
No, let's go for it.
Okay, I'll hand over to Manners. He'll give you some further direction on which way we're going to turn. TF, you have control.
I have control. Okay, mate, I'm going to take you on a left-hand turn. I'll count you down for the G. G's coming on in 3, 2, 1, now.
Yeah, I've got it grey out.
Good, tense your legs. So push on the rudder pedals, curl your toes, clench your bottom.
I'm unloading there. Keep your legs tensed, mate. Breathe normally. Ollie, you have control.
I have control. So, well done, Paul. First and foremost, any motion symptoms for you?
Initially, just moving my head. Try not to move my head. I noticed when John flew, his head right back, but I naturally want to keep my head in the same position.
Yeah, that's fine. Just don't throw it around the gondola,
No
stimulating those balance organs.
But actually, as soon as I started to get the grey out, and it really went right down.
Oh, right. So that was going to be my next question. What visual symptoms did you get?
Oh yeah, it went right down, like complete, not complete shutdown, but enough noticeable.
Good. And then what was the response to your muscle tensing?
Cleared straight away.
Excellent. Good. It sometimes takes a little while to clear, but excellent. So that's what we would characterise as grey out, almost in your case, blackout or complete light loss. So that's really good, and you've seen the response to the muscle tensing. So we'll move on to think a little bit more about the muscle tensing in the next event. I'll speak to you again when we set up for that.
Roger.
Okay, so as you'd expect, Paul, we're going to inch the G up to 4G for 15 seconds this time. Okay. In this event, we're thinking solely about the technique for generating that muscle tensing. So remember what we said: symmetrical pressure against the rudder pedals, curling your toes, squeezing the air out of the basketball, cracking the walnut with your butt cheeks, and crunching your abdomen. So that's from the onset of the G, or in other words, the T of 2, when Manners is counting you into the turn. Remember to breathe normally throughout. If you get any further light loss, just increase the amount of tension in your legs, buttocks and abdomen.
Copy.
Once we're up at peak G levels, I'll also remember to ask you to make some arm and hand movements to see how heavy those become.
Yeah.
I'll hand over to Manners. He'll give you some further direction on which way we're going to turn. So TF, you have control.
I have control, so we're going right this time, mate. I'll count you down as before. Remember, tense on the T of the 2. G coming on in 3, 2, 1, now.
Good, so remember to breathe normally throughout. Raise your arms above your head for me. And touch your nose with your finger. And left hand to nose. Excellent, good. Keep the tension going.
Unloading, keep your legs tensed. Ollie, you have control.
I have control. Excellent, well done. So you should have noticed the heaviness of your arms and hands in that demo. Any further light loss?
No, that wasn't too bad. Once I was in the turn and I've got tightened up, it felt fine. It's only literally that rolling in and out, the mismatch between my eyes and the vestibular.
Yeah, absolutely. So that's a centrifuge thing rather than a G thing for this afternoon.
Yeah, it's definitely noticeable.
But as you rightly say, with a little bit of G-warm and some proactive muscle tensing, you can keep that light loss away. So that's good to know. Do you want to go further?
Yeah, let's go for it.
Of course you do. All right. What we'll do is the next event is going to build in the breathing straining element of that anti-G straining manoeuvre we'll set up, and I'll speak to you again when we have. Okay, so we're going to inch the G up to 4.2 for this event for 15 seconds, and this is your first attempt at the full AGSM. So think about the timing for the onset of each element. It's the T of 2 for your muscle tensing. Take a breath on 1, and then your first breathing strain on the N of now, and aim for the sweet spot of a breathing strain for 3 to 4 seconds with a quick air exchange.
Got it.
Cool, so that's quite a lot to think about. As I said in the conference room, don't back off on the muscle tensing when you're overthinking, when you start to overthink the breathing strain, okay?
Okay.
Good, all right. I'll hand over control to Manners. He'll give you some further direction. TF, you have control.
I have control, okay, to the right, mate. So tense on the T of the 2, preparatory breath on the 1, and go on the now. G coming on in 3, 2, 1... now.
Good timing. 3 to 4 second breathing strain for me, Paul.
That's a good technique, mate. Keep it going.
Keep the muscle tensing going.
Keep your legs tensed as we roll out. And breathe away. Ollie, you have control.
I have control. Oh, how was that for you?
Good, yeah.
Any light loss?
Oh no, perfect.
Any light loss?
No, absolutely perfect.
Yeah, well, it wasn't perfect from him,
No.
so don't get too cocky.
It felt better for me though, definitely, with the breathing.
All right, so I think Manners was absolutely right. I think those first few breathing strains were full of effort. The breathing strain was a little bit short, but towards the end it all got a little bit scrappy and uncoordinated. All right, so the breathing strain. Sorry?
Because I started to think about the rolling out.
Yeah, okay, yeah. So the breathing strain, the timing of the breathing strain remains the same regardless of the G level. So that 3 to 4 second sweet spot remains the same whether you're at 4.5 or 7.5.
Right.
Okay, do you want to go further?
Yeah, let's go for it.
Excellent. All right, so catch your breath. We'll go as far as we can, which is going to be a full AGSM at 4.5. I'll speak to you again when we set up for that. Okay, so in all seriousness, Paul, think about what we've said. The onset of both the muscle tensing and the breathing straining was absolutely spot on.
Okay.
But beyond that, think about exploiting the 3 to 4 second breathing strain and having a quick air exchange between each of those.
Okay.
And try and keep it coordinated. All right. Good. Excellent. Any questions for me?
No, that's it.
All right. So this is 4.5G for 4.5G for 15 seconds with both elements of the anti-G straining manoeuvre. I'll hand over to Manners. He'll give you some further direction and guidance. TF, you have control.
I have control to the left. I'll give you the 3, 2, 1. Remember, whatever else happens, make sure you have a good tense on as well, mate. So, G coming on in 3, 2, 1, now.
Good. 3 seconds.
Unloading, keep your legs tensed, breathe normally. Ollie, you have control.
I have control. Any light loss, Paul?
No, I felt better.
Did it feel better?
Yeah, definitely.
It looked better.
It's just that initial rolling out just screws my eyes.
Yeah, don't get too sort of fixated on that. That's part of the centrifuge thing.
Yeah.
But from here,
Feels
the
fine.
timing and coordination of your breathing straining looked a lot better on that event than it did on the earlier event. So even in that short space of time, we've been able to sort of provide you with a little bit of feedback and coaching,
That's very good.
which you've put into practice. So that's really good. Do you want a free flight?
Yeah, let's go for it.
All right. So catch your breath. We'll set up for that, and then I'll have a chat to you. Okay. So here's how it goes. The centrifuge is limited to 4.5 G, and the gondola will give you everything up to 4.5 G, but nothing beyond that. So even if the flight model is reading 6, 7 or 8 G, you won't get any more than 4.5. But at those levels, even at those levels, you will need to be deploying the anti-G straining maneuver that you've just demonstrated to me you can do. Okay, everything else is up to you. So Manners will give you some further direction, but Paul, you have control.
I've control.
Okay, mate. This is your playtime now, so do what you like. But what I need you to remember is when you turn, before you pull that stick back, tense your muscles as a very least. If you can do the G-straining maneuver, if you go higher, that's even better. But do, and I did say do a muscle tensing, please.
Okay.
So try left or right. It's up to you.
To the left.
Bit more bank.
Oh, I snatched.
Easy on the roll rates because you'll make your gyros go up and down.
Yep. Maybe my eyes go a bit funny there as well.
Yeah, but if you remember, just as I said, just try and be kind to
Super
yourself, otherwise
sharp,
you make
innit?
yourself feel sick. Okay, so try to turn to the right. So what I want you to do is go to about 90 degrees angle of bank. So slowly roll to the right. Keep rolling until I say keep going, 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 keep more bank, start, a bit more, bit more. Now pull gently.
And your destiny is in your hands, so if it starts to go too grey, just back up to the G, Paul.
Yeah.
Well, that's your breathing straining gone out the window, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. In the turn, I felt it was just a mess. Alright, let's come into the left.
Bit more bank
Right, little bank.
and pull. Tensing. Okay, and bring the nose down to the horizon, mate.
Oh yeah, completely lost my vision there.
I have control.
You have control.
When you say you lost your vision, was it the blurry vision, or did...
I think I just rolled out too quickly. Natural reaction just rolled to the horizon. It just twisted it a bit.
Yeah, all right. So all good things come to an end. If I can ask you to close your eyes for me, Paul.